Hello everyone, I'm here with Harper and Delphi and Pippa's up there and Corey's in there. And I'm going to do another frequently asked questions video. So first of all, I will start with a question that people have been asking me lately, and that's to give an update on Corey. So Corey's doing great. Let's see if I can see her. Hi Corey! Hi dear! She's very friendly. I just put this in and the rats have like really loved it. So, hi! It's dark in there. I think that's why they like it. But yeah, so Corey is doing great. She's a bit dominant with the other rats, but that's okay. I have pretty submissive rats, so it's not a problem. But, yeah, there's Pip. Hi Pip, what you doing? Yeah, Pippa was actually the brunt of a lot of Corey's dominant behavior, but it's really calmed down now, so it's not a big issue. And there you go. But yeah, she's really friendly. It's kind of hard to tell now, but she is. She also has this weird like behavior that I've never seen before. Here, Delph. Where she like rubs up against your hand or your leg like a cat. Like, it's very strange. Like, she loves to be touched, and she like will rub up against your hand. It's very strange. It's really cute, but kind of strange. But I really like it. So she's a bit quirky. But what you doing in there? What are you sitting there? And she's like, I just want to sleep, okay? So yeah, so Corey's doing great. She's definitely part of the mischief now, and the rats always love sleeping with her. And when I let them out today, Corey and Delphi and Harper were all in here sleeping. So yeah, Pip was by herself in the ark. So yeah, so that's Corey. The next question I get asked about a lot is, are wheels okay for rats? And as you could tell by the 3 wheels I have for them, yes. So a lot of people think that it's bad for their spines, and that is true if the wheel is less than 11 inches in diameter. So the wheels here that I have, these are both 12-inch silent spinners. The one I have there is a that's a 12-inch one too. I don't know what brand it was, but it's not quiet, so that's why it stays in the playpen. But yeah. So yeah, so these are 12 inches. Usually they come 12 inches, but I've seen them 11 inches, and that is the smallest you should have for a rat. If you do put them on a smaller wheel, like they have hamster wheels and 6-inch or 8-inch wheels, then yes, it can cause spinal problems. The other thing it can cause is something called wheelie tail, and that's something that Ginny came to me with, and that's where they keep their tail wrapped like up and around their backs, kind of like some dogs do, where they have like that curled tail. And that's because they have been running on a wheel that's too small for them, and so they will hold their tail up around their back so that it doesn't get hit by the wheel. So yeah, so that can cause some major spine problems too. So that is something to be careful of, but if you get at least an 11 or 12-inch wheel, it'll be fine for them. Males, I would definitely recommend the 12-inch one because they're a little bit bigger, but I definitely think you should get one if you have females. Females are much more hyper usually, and they love their wheels. I've never had a rat that didn't like running on the wheel. So, even Pip, lazy Pip does. So related to that though, Pip's just being so cute. Thanks, Biba. So I have this exercise wheel hung up in the back, and those should not be used in the traditional way for rats. That can cause spinal problems too. So this one came with Corey, and so I hung it up, but You should never like actually put them in one and let them run around in one. Those can cause spine problems. They're too small for rats. Even the big chinchilla ones aren't good for them. They also don't like the enclosed space. So, oh, thanks for showing that off, Pippa. So yeah, so I have used them in the past as beds. And that's what I have for this one. So Phoebe used to pretty much exclusively sleep in a ball that I had in the cage. So yeah, so you can use them as beds, but it's really not worth it. I've never actually bought one, but I've gotten them from various sources and used them as beds. But so yeah, never use one in the traditional sense. So next I'll talk about these stairs that I have. A lot of people have asked me about these too. My dad built these for me. So no, you can't you can't buy these. But yeah, I asked my dad to build me some kind of stairs once my first group of rats started getting something called HED, or hind end degeneration, which is where their hind end slowly becomes paralyzed, and so they kind of drag their back feet. And so it's really hard for them. Like, when that happens with Harper and Pippa and everyone, I'll have to change out the ladders and stuff because it's really hard for them to get up. So it happens to a lot of old rats, so it's unfortunate but pretty normal for old rats. So yeah, so I asked them to build these because then she can land on each one. So if you're interested in something like it though, I mean, you could build one. This is just wood and some screws and stuff. Also, if you have a Ferret Nation or a Critter Nation, they sell, so like these stairs, they sell pretty much just a longer version that is it's called an exterior ramp. And some websites sell them, so you can look up like Ferret Nation exterior ramp, and you can, I think they're like $15 or $16, and you can pick up one of those. So yeah, I mean, otherwise, in the past I've just done a bunch of boxes of different sorts. So like this one, I have this one next to it all the time because they can hop onto that one and then hop onto there, or they can come up this way. So Harper. So yeah, so that's the outside stairs. So the last thing I'm going to talk about for this video is I want to do a little bit of clarification on rats and fancy rats, and what does that mean, and what does Dumbo mean, and all that kind of stuff. So kind of like terms, I guess, classification on that. So yeah, so I'll start off by saying that all pet rats are fancy rats. The ones that like you get at the pet store and stuff. Fancy rat just basically means domesticated pet rat. So all rats that you see that are called, pet rats are fancy rats. So there's like no such thing as like, is that a fancy rat or not? Like some people ask me if Pippa, since she was a Dumbo, if she was a fancy or a Dumbo. It doesn't matter ear placement or color or anything. I mean, there's wild rats, but if it's a domesticated rat, then it is a fancy rat. So the next terminology you would hear is, oh my gosh, Pippa, you didn't want that there. The next terminology has to do with their ear placement. So Dumbos, Harper and Pippa are Dumbos. It means that their ears are placed on the side of their heads. And Delphi and Corey, wherever she went, she was over here a second ago, they are standard eared rats. So, so if you like had a tree, it'd be like fancy up here, and then it would branch off into either Dumbo or, oh, there's Corey, or standard. And that just has to do with their ear placement. The next thing you would normally see is their coloring. So, so for these three, they would be black. Pippa, we're not quite sure, but we call her a Pearl Merle. And you can look up markings and colors online. There's some great websites for that. And then the next thing you would hear is their markings. So Pippa is a blazed because she has the thing on her face. And she is also a banded, which has to do with the white that comes up to the sides. Harper is a Variberg, or a variegated Berkshire, which has to do with how far the white comes up on the sides. And then Delphi and Corey are both, they're considered mismarked hoodeds. They're both hooded rats, so that means that they have the, come here Corey. No one wants to be my guinea pig today. Let's see if we can see Corey. So, so they have the black up to their front paws, so here, and then they've got the stripe going down the back. My gosh, they all got hungry all of a sudden. So yeah, so mismarked means that it is not like up to fancy rat society standards or whatever it is. They actually have, like, you know, like dog shows. They have rat shows. So that's the kind of like thing I'm talking about. But so hers doesn't go all the way down to her tail, so that's why she's mismarked. And Corey is mismarked. Come here. Come here. She does not like the camera for some reason. She's mismarked because she has these extra kind of, her hood isn't completely uniform down the back. And her hood also stops about that far from the base of her tail. So they are both considered mismarked hoodeds. So there you go. And so yeah, so those are, I've had people ask me, you know, what is my rat or whatever. The best way to do that is to look up online. I would search fancy rat markings and fancy rat colors. And there's all sorts. Oh my gosh, there's lilac and cinnamon and let's see, of course black, there's white, there's different kinds of blues, Russian blues, American blues. There's all sorts, so it's really fun to kind of see the different kinds that are out there. So yeah, so that's a little bit about that. I guess real quick I'll go through kind of what I just talked about with each one. So all of them are fancy rats, again. Harper is a black Dumbo Variberg. Delphi is a standard black mismarked hooded. Pippa, who's in there, is a Dumbo Pearl Merle blazed banded. She's a banded. It's hard because her and Harper are very similar, but Variberg is kind of this thing going on, and Pippa's comes up much further. So yeah, it's kind of confusing, but and then Corey is the same as Delphi, a standard black mismarked hooded. So yeah, so I really can't, you know, tell you exactly what your rat may be, but that's kind of like the guidelines that you can use and do a little bit of research online, and you can come up with what exactly your rat is. So that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you later.